Hello, everybody. How are we doing? Happy Friday. I hope everyone's having a good day. Yeah. I was like, I'm just going to send a quick message so then, I don't have to post it everywhere, but it'll be on, where people are going to look. So, it is what it is. Hi, how's it going? Welcome in. Let me start with the wee woos. Wee woo, wee woo, wee woo, wee woo. I did receive this key on Keymailer. For free to check out the demo. So, with that aside, we're going to check out a demo for the game All Will Rise. It is a crime thriller with deck building mechanics, so I thought that could be interesting to check out. Everything... listen. I wasn't expecting to be late. It came at me out of nowhere. That would have been smart. Anyway. What are we doing? And of course, to start, I would like to thank the members. It really does. It really does. My grandpa had just gotten eye surgery this week, so he needed help with something. So I just went, I'm just gonna put it here and go. So here we are. Let's thank our members. Look at, there's our little sheet. Look at it. It's so pretty. Thank you, members. Woo, 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 woo. Okay. All right. Let's read. The river is a god and they killed her. It's time for ordinary people to hold them to account. Welcome to the demo for All Will Rise, about taking a corrupt billionaire to court for a river's murder. Manage your team, mix with eco-terrorists and godmen, go on missions to unlock and upgrade cards, build your deck, follow leads, and find allies. This game is in development, made with rage and joy by a small team passionate about making meaningful games for a burning world. Fair. Let me see. I think, let's see here. What's my little command? We'll do this. Here we go. I do have the, let's see, does it have it? Oh yeah, it does. Okay. I was like, is it gonna put the Kickstarter in? They are kickstarting the game. I think there's still benefits you can get. They did get funded, so there is that in the chats. Okay, let's get going. New game. Oh, forgot to turn that off. There we go. Your Honor, the time is now. The place... You're slouching. Shh. She's in the zone. The what? That's what she calls it. The zone. We're gonna ignore him. We're in the zone. Time is now. The place is here. Let us. Damn it, Joy. Don't blame me for giving you constructive feedback. It's okay to be nervous. Nervous? Who said anything about nervous? Now you've done it. We love our team. We do. They both look tired, but what we're doing here, it's important. Spent 8 months convincing Muziri's High Court that the River Perriar deserves the right of legal personhood. Alright, we got a card. Make the river a legal person, okay? If we win, we could hold governments and corporations to account in a new way. And another card. Life returns to the river, okay? If we lose, then everything stays the same, and one day our dying river will be dead. It comes down to closing arguments tomorrow. Need to focus on one advantage that gives the river legal personhood. Giving the river legal personhood has over the current regulatory framework. Don't have time to explain them all in court, but I can't decide which claim I should make. Maybe you should go with your instincts? Or you could be strategic and play to your strengths. Okay. Choose a claim that represents Your personality and capacities. This card will determine which emotion Yili deploys in her closing arguments tomorrow. To me, I feel like that would be good. Hearts is compassionate, open-minded, and hedonistic. Guts is assertive, egotistical, but always ready for a challenge. That could be good. Is detail-oriented, cerebral, and detached. I kind of want to go with that one. That seems good to me. We should center the voices and experiences of the people who have ancient ties to the river and depend upon it. Do judges even have heartstrings to tug on? Shinto yawns magnificently and then immediately looks apologetic. I think that's our cue to get some rest. See you all tomorrow in court. Remember, all you have to do is win. No big deal. No big deal. We just gotta win. Alright, we're in the high court. Final day. Ooh. This case could set a legal precedent. Let the river protect itself. My hands feel numb. Her palms are sweaty, knees weak. Arms are heavy. I can't remember a single line of my closing argument. Get yourself together, girl. I turn to the crowd assembled in court. Shinto gives me a little thumbs up. Joy raises an eyebrow, and I feel a sudden sense of calm anticipation. Like Joy said, all I have to do today is win. Oh, I got that! Okay, we're battling. Card battles are one of the core mechanics of All Will Rise. Play cards to tell stories and change your opponent's perspective. Playing cards changes both of your emotional energies, hearts, minds, and guts. This court has assembled 8 months ago to decide the fate of the River Periyar. This trial has attracted interest not only from our local community and press, but nationally, even globally. But let me assure you all that external pressures will have no impact on this court's judgment. Let us remind ourselves of the situation at hand and the facts already in evidence. River is in danger. Okay. We submit that the Periyar is being polluted with industrial runoff choked by sewage. Okay. The court accepts the precarious state of the River Periyar. The causes of the situation have been proven to us. But what is the remedy? That is what we will decide here today. Oh, we gotta play a card? Okay, playing claim cards. Connect claim cards to each other to tell stories. These cards also affect emotional energies, minds, hearts, and guts. Find a claim that connects to the river is in danger in your hand and drag it to the board. It needs protection. Okay, sure. River dies. The city of Maziris dies. Our history dies. We cannot allow this to happen. Yield my turn. Advocate, please continue. Okay. That claims to make stories in casual chains. Causes flow into consequences. Play claims that are causes above another claim. Play consequences below. You can only play claims that connect to claims already on the board. Okay. In this country, corporations have legal rights of personhood. They can enter contracts, sue for their rights, act independently. Okay, that makes more sense to me. I didn't understand what that meant. Okay, I get it. Is a corporation more of a person than a river? Is it truly more alive? Okay. Arguments are goals to achieve in card battles. Play cards to satisfy their unique requirements. To make this argument, tell a story that connects the river is in danger to life returns to Periyar. Facts alone will not convince your opponent. You must max out one of the judge's emotional energies, okay? We're closest to this one. Find the polluters, okay? Existing laws allow us to levy fines on corporations who flout environmental standards. Last year, the court fined a corporation 1,000 rupees, maybe? For polluting a river. Less than the price of a kilo of ripe mangoes. We can discourage pollution and non-compliance with fundamentally altering our legal framework. The judge is building towards an opposing argument. Should look for opportunities to stop her from delivering it before my own argument is ready. Okay. This court talks of fines, but fines do not compare to corporate profits. We need entirely new instruments to protect the river. We will appoint community guardians to represent the river's rights. Decisions must be made by the people who are most affected by them. People who depend on the river for survival, who have worshipped the river for generations. Our regulatory bodies are underfunded and riddled with corruption. We do not need new laws. We must give our institutions the capacity to enforce the ones we currently have. Okay. We have to find a way to stop them from making their argument. Denial cards. Want to undo a card's emotional effects? Get in the way of an opponent's argument? Use denial cards to negate low credibility claims on the board. Okay. The court has made empty promises about enforcement before. We refuse to accept this claim without more proof. Ooh, she didn't like that. Your objection is sustained. Continue your argument, advocate. Okay. The judge's eyes seem to light up. I can sense it. This is my moment. I've deliberately roused her empathy. Her heart is open to my argument. The existing laws have failed us. We need a hopeful new approach. Why should this court not lead the way? Not just for our river, but for all of India, and indeed the world. I swear to this court, if you grant the Periyar the right of legal personhood, life will return to the river. Okay, what do we do? Oh, okay, we just hit deliver. We need a hopeful new approach. Okay. Your Honor, the time is now. The place is here. Let us make history in this courtroom today. Judge bangs her gavel into the sudden silence. I'm ready to make my verdict. The light changes. Each mote of dust in the air seems to stop in suspense. It's no easy thing to change the very foundations of our legal system, to enact an entirely new framework of rights. But Advocate Kuyili's compassionate arguments cannot be denied. Commend her sensitivity and heart. Heart like a river, doubles heart's effects, okay? Rhetoric cards. These cards have game-changing effects which can combine with each other. They don't end your turn, so play them before claims, okay? Sounds good. Judge makes a legal truth out of what the people of Missouri's already know. From henceforth, the river of Periyar is a legal person. We did it. It's not a 5-1 yet. Courtroom erupts. We won. I hear joy in Shintu's shouts, louder than all the others. We won! The world has changed for the better just a little bit because of us. Reality is more malleable than we think. Won't forget that lesson. Don't you wish you could just slap cards down to make legal arguments? That would be fun. Like, these are your arguments that you can make. Slap them down. We're halfway through the grand opening of Resilience Tower when smoke pours over the horizon and the skies turn bright orange. Fire! Fire! Is it the tower? The headquarters of a multinational conglomerate invading my city is sadly not burning. No, wait. It's the water. We did not save the river. We made it a person, but now the person is on fire. River is on fire. The river burns. It's undeniable. Then reality tears open. I really like the art in this. The specters of the dead leap out of the water. Oil slick birds and pearl Pearl spot fish swim amongst the horrified crowd. Mangrove trees wrench their roots up to escape the flames. Can other people see them? I look around. People are watching the blaze, unbothered by the fiery specters all around them. Look! Oh god, look! There's oil on the water. The crowd bristles and seethes. The people are afraid, but we're also angry. We can't stand by and watch the world burn any longer. The ghosts from the burning river slither up Resilience Tower. The dead of the ecosystem haunting their murderer. I want a party, no. Okay, I was about to say, I'm like, girl, don't do it. I throw my body into the furnace. I want us all to burn. Metaphorically, of course. I have work to do in the morning. Yes, I must act. The municipal corporation office could use a new paint job in blood red. The mayor should wake up to a reminder of his responsibility for this. Text my team. River's on fire. Let's make him regret it. Okay, we speculate that we speak for the river currently. My smile is a blade that matches the shape of my heart. Oh yes, this is gonna be fun. This isn't fun. Don't say that. Inappropriate joy. That's true. For 2 turns, gain 3 hearts whenever a claim reduces your hearts. She's late. Bet she's hungover. Joy, she was probably up late making plans. Drowning her sorrows, or getting into trouble. And who'll have to clean it up? Us again. They both startle at my sudden arrival to the office and send some papers flying. Good. I need them on their toes. I keep things interesting and you love it. Uh-huh. Told you she'd come in fired up. So, what'd you get up to last night, fearless leader? We're gonna be honest. Professionalism is bourgeoisie. And worse, boring. Takes so much energy to wear a mask. In the interest of not incriminating anyone, I really can't tell you, but you should pass by the corporation bill. Oh no, on the way home. Girl, don't do it. Joy groans, and even Shintu looks a little pained. How did I end up surrounded with such rule followers? Okay. You'll gain and lose energies as you do missions, make choices, and play cards. Build them up to develop different aspects of Kuyili's personality. Minds is detail-oriented. Hearts is compassionate. Guts is assertive. Okay. Alright. Alright, enough nonsense. Open a packet of biscuits. Open 2. Why not? We have a lot of work to do. How can this be happening? We won the case. So much for bringing life back to the river. Yeah, we just watched it burn. True. Look, this is a setback, but a setback? The river, if the river really was a person, she'd be dead. Joy. No, Shintu. She needs to hear it. Yes, I do. Say that again, Joy. The river was a person, she'd be dead? Happy now? Wait, she has that look in her eye. Since the river is legally a person, let's put the people responsible on trial for her murder. Is that? Can we really do that? Another court case? Why not? We have research, legal precedences, contacts. You see the vision. It would send a warning shot through every corporate boardroom in the world. Exactly, boss. Not your boss. We're a non-hierarchical workplace based on mutual cooperation and affinity. Uh-huh, whatever you say, boss. Resilience eroded the coastline. Changed the sea currents. Now the river's on fire. Need to stop their port expansion. Let's put the Vice President of Resilience on trial for murder. First, we need to establish that the river is, in fact, dead. Alright. I mean, it's obvious to anyone with eyes. The oil spill, we all saw it. I was about to say, I'm like, when they kept it as speculation, I'm like, I think it's a little bit more than that. But where did the oil come from? We need to find out. The fire on the river was terrible, but the oil spill is a catastrophe in its own right. We should help the citywide cleanup efforts. Because it's an opportunity for us to win over allies? Joy, no. Because it's the right thing to do. Exactly right. But if we happen to build a little momentum for our murder trial while primarily helping people, then all the better. Also, people are flocking to a woman called Katavai, who claims she speaks for the river god. Oh, really? What's she selling? Face cream? A line of supplements? Not saying she doesn't have her own agenda. But we shouldn't get so caught up in the court case that we forget our struggle against resilience is a spiritual one. Okay. I feel like we should do that one later. Okay. Let's start up with the cleanup ones. We'll go here. Can we do that? Okay, we'll send her. Oh, okay, I get it. Can we send her multiple places? We can't. We'll go with that one because that one's very likely. I'm like debating. We'll just do that. Hang on, what should I do? Okay. So we're gonna put him here because it's unclear. This one is unlikely. We'll send her here. And then, okay, we'll start there. Be careful out there. Kani Kamala is a string of lush and leafy small islands floating in the backwaters. The easiest way to get around is with a small canoe that's moored in front of the office, even on oil-slicked water. Locals stay calm and move quickly. The dense social connections and regular flooding and evacuation drills make it a good place to be stuck in a crisis. The sand of the beaches run black with oil. You can mistake it for blood. Dead fish and oil-soaked birds flop helplessly along the shoreline. Acrid smoke billows across the sky. The head of the local washerwomen's union is, as usual, in front of the center of the cleanup operations. She's handing out buckets and absorbent cloths, as well as relationship advice. She does it all. Managed to avoid a devastating critique of my last failed relationship by constantly running from one cleanup location to the next. My body may be tired, But at least my psyche is intact. Okay. Gets harder to work after the sun sets. Some exhausted looking government workers from the local counselor's office come by with coconut water and biscuits. Thank you all for your help today. It's time to go home and rest. Good. Good advice. I'm exhausted. Spill will devastate the ecosystem, this community, for decades to come, but every drop of oil we recover matters, every animal saved. Think of that tonight. What you've done today truly matters. Okay, the smoke from the burning river sits over the city like a miasma, adding a toxic thickness to the summer heat. It's Friday. There's still so much to do. We could work the weekend, says the person who just burned out and got back from medical leave. Joy is right. We have to pace ourselves. Besides, it looks like you two got a lot done yesterday. Ah. Bridges closed and the ferries were too overcrowded. I didn't even make it halfway. Yay! Resilience has diverted construction workers to the oil spill cleanup, all wearing their shiny new uniforms. Looks like they're already running their PR campaign. Well, we'll have to be smarter than them. Okay. Put him there. Put her there. We'll go here. Okay. Eat a biscuit before you go. Cleanup operation at the port is well equipped. The workers wear respirators, rubber boots, and gloves, all prominently emblazoned with the Resilience logo. Should we be nosy and try and find out stuff? Most of them seem sanguine about their new jobs as cleanup specialists. The work is less exhausting than carrying bricks or iron rods. Some are even looking forward to an impromptu holiday, but most are worried about when the construction will start again. They're being paid wages for the cleanup operation, but any halt in construction means their livelihoods are at risk. Something to factor into any plans we have to shut down the port in the future. Disruptions in the status quo can be turned into opportunities for lasting change. It will take at least a week, if not more, for the construction work to resume. We shouldn't let this chance slip away. Build trust by doing missions and delivering certain arguments in card battles. Building trust matters. People are more willing to talk to you, and your words hold more weight in court. High trust unlocks powerful rhetoric cards and overcomes some denials. Okay. Okay, continue. How'd they do? This week went quickly. Any updates before we break? Yay! Dredging should happen every month to prevent silt buildup. No one has seen a dredger in at least 4 months. Aha. We found high levels of pesticide pollution in the sample. What do we do on the weekend? 8 weeks till trial, okay. Thank God it's the weekend. Ah, okay, that's cool. Oh, we should train for the snake boat races. We're gonna do that. Happy weekend. I love that we've assigned them tasks for the weekend. Spend as much time painstakingly oiling and restoring the snake boats as we do on the water. It's a beautiful piece of craftsmanship stored in the workshop of local artisans. We're gonna give it teeth. We're One of the boys says a prayer to the river god, asking for good winds and safe passage. The mouth curves in a smile. Alright, everybody rest. Go. Reset and level up. Resting on the weekends will reset energies to each character's base level. Now that the team is rested, let's see how much weekend activities will make them level up their baseline, okay? Got more energy, more energy. Okay. We really need to get more energy for him. New week begins. It's time we thought through what arguments we're going to present at the murder trial. Enough flailing about at random. But I love flailing about. We do need to focus, but let's also leave room for the unexpected. That's actually probably smart. I agree. Sometimes the best leads come up when you least expect them. Okay, let's focus on what arguments we're going to make and how we can strengthen them. We should first argue that the river is dead. Find a lot of potential evidence for this. We just need to make sure it's strong. We should also make an emotive argument. The oil spill has caused an immense community suffering. We still need an argument about who we hold responsible. Let's start by establishing the crime. We can get to that later. So, how strong are our current arguments? Okay, review the arguments you're planning to make in court. Assess whether you have enough claims and connections, whether those claims have enough credibility. Okay? How? Where? I think there are still connections we're missing. You see our glaring weak link? The opposition can easily deny any hearsay or speculation. Should make sure we strengthen it to make our argument more convincing, okay? Some interesting new case law on ecocide, which is just a fancy name for murder. At the moment, many of our claims are speculation at best, though. Uyili will just have to use rhetoric to make those claims more convincing. Or call witnesses, or actually find more evidence to strengthen these claims. We can also tie weaker claims to undeniable ones to strengthen their credibility. Oh yes, like the river burns, let's make sure to use it strategically. Okay. We don't have enough time to strengthen all of our arguments. Is this one worth pursuing? We have two main anchors to the argument, but it's always useful to find some more. This is a more emotive argument, but it helps us establish that resilience has caused enormous harms to the people of Muziris. This is also our way of destroying resilience's social license to operate in Muziris. Use the trial as an excuse to make people hate resilience and their activities? Sneaky, I like it. Exactly. We have to remember that what we're doing here is part legal trial, part PR spectacle, and part protest. Okay, this one is at least stronger, I would say. Okay, let's get to specifics. Someone want to volunteer to trawl social media for potential leads? Really feeling the enthusiasm in the room. Should also investigate the port itself. Also, there's a fisherman you should really talk to. A real character, knows all the good gossip. Should think about how you're going to approach him. Okay. The audacity, immediate drowning, unplayable rhetoric. Can we get this? I want to get the audacity. I want to be able to say things that are unexpected. Great. Think you're ready to take on Shabir now. Okay. Okay, we still need to do that. I guess we'll focus on these this time around. Let's, okay, we should send her there. Just kidding, we're gonna send him there. And we'll send her here. And let's meet her. Remember to wear your respirators. The smoke's toxic. I have extras to hand out to anyone I meet. Oh, good idea. Good luck, Kuyili. Ugh. The universe smiles on that one. It's us mere mortals you should worry about. Ha, fine, fine. Good luck to you and only you, Joy. Thank you. There are fires lit in the sacred grove. My nostrils fill. Weed smoke, fermented alcohol, scented flowers left out for too long. Over there, a pile of coals, glowing red, awaiting a show of abandoned devotion. Okay. The ritual hasn't even started yet, and they're already in a trance. The drummers drive the beat faster and faster until silence opens up and the Kadavi steps into the light. Her face is richly painted. Her fingers flicker with flame. She begins to dance. Okay. When a village is cursed with sickness or drought, they hold a folk ritual where the performer is possessed by their local god. The god speaks through them, communicates what must be done to placate their anger. Each village and community has their own gods, their own ancient stories. But Kadavi breaks tradition and tells a new story. I'm the river goddess of Muziris. Or it expands. Okay. False god has been invited into Muziris. It calls itself Resilience. People jeer. One of her followers brandishes a red painted sign with the letters RIG for Resilience Investment Group. This unnatural new port is a temple to this god of greed. She plays the story out with her body, drawing audience members into unexpected roles, miming excitement, fear, lust, desperation with her painted face. Eating up the earth, changing the very currents of the sea, dirtying the air and fouling the water. Disrespectful entity, brash and vulgar, throwing nature out of balance. Hey, we got that card too. Resilience feasted on my city, growing strong as I grew weak. They tried to burn me out, but I am the heart of Muziris, even in death. Those who worship me rise up against this false god. Crowd moans in fear and ecstasy. Reclaim Muziris or we will all burn. Okay, in card battles, conversations go back and forth for a limited number of turns. Play rhetoric or denials first. You can play multiple per turn and combine them. Play claims last. They end your turn. Make as many arguments as you can before your turns end. But if you can't, come back next week and try again. Okay. Padavai is the river, a vast, rushing, roiling thing, bearing all of us in her rapids. Padavai is so delighted at my inappropriate joke that she dances close and whirls me into her embrace. I have to find a way to look at horror and hold it joyously, yes. Perhaps you and I can truly... But I don't hear the end of the sentence because someone else catches her eye and she darts away to deliver some vital proclamation or perhaps a rebuke. With a shout, Kadavi spins towards the lit coals, dancing across them like warm sand. Crowd roars. In that moment, the river god is amongst us. We witness miracles. Okay, they're the criminal. Ooh, that's interesting. Are we all the ones sucking the city dry in the name of shareholder profits? Are we eroding the coastline, stealing the livelihoods of fishermen and farmers? No. Resilience is the true criminal. I don't know that I disagree with that one. Help me hold resilience accountable for the oil spill. Even if you find all the proof in the world, they have money and power on their side. The rich and powerful own reality itself. The truth doesn't matter. Not a crisis. Oh no. I didn't see what that said. Nature has limits, capitalism does not. Tabby's whirling becomes more frantic, her eyes unfocused. There is a desperate abandon to her movements. Ooh, we got 2 up. The river was murdered. She has a right to be angry. Yes, exactly. Those who stand by and do nothing like you. Oh, wow, that's rude. She spins and whirls, pointing fingers of fiery accusation at random members of the crowd, her laugh sharp and bright. Yes, you. And you, and you. You will face the dead god's anger. We can drill the earth dry of oil, feed it all into corporations' jaws, and it will lick its lips and demand more. Oh, we got, okay. These are not secular times, my friends, no matter what lies they tell you in textbook and newspapers. Resilience is a false god and capitalism is its religion. I'll put that one here. Ooh. Okay. No, I don't acknowledge your legitimacy of your court. Oh no. Okay. Tabby leans closer to me, so close that only I can hear her whisper. I have doubts sometimes. Am I doing the right thing? No. The night ends too early. Damn. There are more arguments I wanted to make. So much more I wanted to say and no. Ah well. Takes patience to get to know people. I'll just come back and try another time. Okay. Next week. Wow, we'll get her. Need to find out more about how the oil spill happened. The captain of the oil tanker would be a useful witness. An idea how to track him down. Let me guess. Excuse to go day drinking? No comment. Found an official who was recently fired from the harbor Engineering department. Would be a good idea to try and talk to someone who still works there as well. Oh, let's definitely look into that and maybe talk to the dredging company as well. We should also think about how we can use the press for our campaign. God, do we have to? There's always more oil spill cleanup to do. The community will remember who showed up in its time of need. We should also balance revisiting our main contacts and exploring the investigation. That's another one that's been on my list for a long time is Ace Attorney. I do need to get the games, but I've wanted to play them. Okay. Each card battle can be played once a week. Be strategic when you want to choose to battle. Running out of cards to play in battles, go on story missions. Okay. Basic deck building. Want to make sure certain cards are in your opening hand. Open your card collection, pick up to 6 favorite cards. Okay. Obviously just a rumor. Word is that Yashab's the only one that personally approved the permit for the oil tanker. Wow. Not a good look, corporate princeling. Alright, we got a card. What'd you get, girl? Someone posted a picture of an oil tanker on the river hours before it caught fire. No. Oh, there we go. Okay. What'd I do? Okay. Maybe it wanted me to click that. Okay, these will appear in your opening hand. If they're legal at the moment. If not, they will be drawn as soon as they become available. In this view, you can swap out your favorites by simply clicking on cards in your collection. Okay. I feel like that's probably a good one to have to start out. Maybe that one. Oil spill. Pesticide pollution. Okay. Okay. I guess we'll start there. Oh, here we go. Okay. Make a joke. Thank God we live in a corporately enclosed panopticon, eh? Good work. Right. Yes, thank you. Okay, so she had a good one. Alright, what do we got? Okay. I feel like we should send her to talk to the fired official. And then... let's go with this one. We'll have 2 good wins. Let's grab another card too. Have a great day, everyone. Port Authority offices are perched on an artificial island built up from the mud dredged to create the harbor it overlooks. Disgruntled Port Authority engineer meets me at a little tea stall to the west of the jetty. Cormorants dive under the water and emerge with silvery fish in their hooked beaks. She looks nervous. Well, shouldn't she be? She's whistleblowing. Resilience has utterly mismanaged the port expansion from top to bottom. And Rashad Bry? That empty suit? Don't get me started on him. I don't think he's actually read any of the department's reports. I'm not even sure he can read. Damn. Okay. We love engineers. They're hard to anger, but when they do have a grievance, you can bet it's going to be thoroughly evidenced. Should I push for more, or is it too early? She's righteously angry with Resilience and with Rashab. Any interesting documents you could slip me? She pulls back from me and I realize I've overstepped. She's happy to rant, but not ready to leak. Okay. Like my job here, I have a family to support. Reassure her that everything she said so far is just between us, but she's wary of me, damn. I have to build trust with her before she's willing to give me anything. Okay. That's fine. Oil spill cleanup will be ongoing for weeks. We should help, but we can't lose focus on the case. Speaking of which, we should check the Port Authority archives for the oil tanker permit. Who approved this disaster? Wouldn't be a bad idea to start generating public support for a murder trial. Oh god, don't suggest a social media campaign. Does it build lasting movements? Real community? Maybe not. But it's cheap and effective. In case you're thinking of revisiting our main contacts, dug up some of the old strategies I picked up in law school. Okay, these rhetoric cards boost the credibility of claims. Use them to strengthen cards and make arguments in card battles. Okay. Appeal to reason. Okay. They can make your claims more credible. I think they're useful to you. Thanks, Joy. He raised concerns about the safety of the harbor and was fired soon after. Okay. They blame Rashab's lack of knowledge about dredging operations for the problems in the port. They're also upset about how irregularly the port has been dredged. Ayy. They have a vested interest in dodging responsibility for the oil spill, but still good to know. Well, that got us a little bit further. Okay, let's get her on that. I'm gonna send him on that one, and then let's try this. See what we can do. Remember to reapply your sunscreen, people. Important. I can engage Shabir on an emotional level. He's likely to be an excellent source of juicy gossip. By which I mean potential leads, of course. I'm professionally nosy. We love nosy. You should be right. I'm Kuyili, Shintu's friend. Friend, eh? Thought you were his boss. Technically, we're a non-hierarchical... Oh yes, fine, I'm his boss. Okay. Already? Oh no. Setting others on fire. When you max out any of your opponent's emotional energies, you set them on fire. You will get extra turns, unlock new arguments and conversations. On fire states are sticky. Stay at 40 until the next meeting or another one goes on fire. Okay. Put that down. There's something tangled in your connection to the river. It's not something you can reject or deny. Okay. I want to prove that resilience is responsible for the oil spill. I want to bring them to justice. Is justice even possible so soon after the crime for the people who have been harmed? Can imagine revenge, even restitution, but justice? I think that happens before or long, long after. There's a fish kill every few months these days. Fish dying in droves. Might think, doesn't that make a fisherman's job easier to scoop them up? But trust me, you don't want to eat these fish. No objection here. Add +1 trust. The effect of the last claim are triggered again at half the strength. Okay. Koili's guts are on fire. When Koili maxes out any one of her emotional energy, she can play a powerful rhetoric cards to quickly turn the tables. Fire states are sticky. Koili will stay at 40 on the stat until the weekend or until another energy goes on fire. Want to hold to account the river's killers. I'm going to put Rashab Rai on trial for murder. Are you? How interesting. Clear he doesn't believe me or thinks I'm delusional. Okay, put it down. Maxed out Shabir's mind's energy. They are now on fire. Shabir unlocks a new deck of flames and rhetoric. You get 1 extra turn. Okay. Do you think it's insulting for a god to be given the rights of a person? I think anything that gives the river agency could never be insulting. Maybe. Gods can be touchy. Yeah, we found that out. Deliver. You know who's responsible for what happened to Muziri's? Responsible for all the horrors? The transnational global elite crime syndicate. They profit off our misery and are also a pedophile ring. Is it just me, or is Shabir actually making a weird kind of sense? Fair. Anyway, he's clearly been spending a lot of time online. Okay, we're super close. Okay, that's already on the board. Surely you can see the logic in what I'm saying. I burst suddenly into an appropriate laughter. To my delight, Shabir joins in without having any idea why I'm laughing. He wipes his eyes, wheezing. I needed that. Fair. Do we have anything we can play that on? I don't think so. Isn't it better to have the river protected by the people that know her, rely on her, fear her? Maybe that too. Guts on fire. Fishermen tell me that the river's been flowing black more and more lately. Wonder if I can find the cause of that. I'm so tired of feeling helpless, feeling small. I want to do something, fight back. Deliver? Let's go drinking together. Shabir and I feel suddenly utterly aligned. He fiddles with his mustache, leans a bit closer and asks, "Hey, shall we get really, really drunk together? And get to know each other, I guess. That's the spirit. Get it? I have to say that one. I have to save that one up to tell my daughters later." Look into Shabir's hopeful little face, and the part of me that wants to be utterly irresponsible wars with the adult inside that I should listen to more. Come on, Kuyili. Don't be boring. Hell yes. Boring me? I've agreed to go before. I know it, and Shabir laughs uproariously. Ah, I knew you'd say yes. We are similar souls underneath the outer decoration. We stop at Shabir's house and pick up some liquor, which we carefully wrap up in newspaper. I carry the bottle in a cloth bag. He managed to twist it in his lungi somehow. Forgot the toddy shop or the Arak place I know. I know somewhere. Okay, that was good. Take a turn west from the nearest road into a copse of trees, just thickly vegetated enough that we're hidden away, and Shabir hands me a thick glass tumbler with clear liquor in it. Shall we toast to this ancient bloody place? Sometimes I feel like it shouldn't even exist. 3 toasts in, everything starts to get a little hazy. But we don't stop there. Cheers for each surrounding claim. Okay. I wake up at dawn. Why is someone shouting? Can you please shout at me more quietly? A group of irate fishermen help untangle me from the fishing nets, pull me out of their boat, which they need, because it's morning. When people go, oh God, work. Shabir is nowhere to be seen. That rascal. Make a few half-hearted apologies to the fishermen and drag my throbbing, decrepit carcass home. Hopefully there's just enough time for a quick shower before a team meeting in the morning. Shabir waves me goodbye cheerfully, but then lapses into thought. There are depths to him I really have only begun to wade into. Kuyili, remember we have to pace ourselves. If any of us need some downtime, we should take it. Making good progress, I think. Keep looking into Rashab. Unearth skeletons that are definitely in his closet. A lot going on at the port. I think it's time for another chat with my fisherman friends. Oh no, I ended up doom scrolling for hours and put myself in a miasma of lethargy, sorry. Ay, but we upgraded our tech. Some friends recommended I visit a short seller called Sister Divine in the commercial district. She's willing to lend us her old tech. Alright. What's a short seller? Some kind of really impressive tech finance investigation thing? Whole setup was painfully cool. Honestly, it was a little unnerving. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna have her go there. Then you are gonna go here. Text me if you need anything. Should search the Port Authority archive for the tanker permit. How can I weasel my way in? It's one thing complaining about the management of the port, but quite another to participate in activities that some sticklers would deem criminal. You're not supposed to have access. It's a secure building. The information inside could be vital. We'll wait till dark. Once everyone goes home, you can let me in. I'll be quick. This is highly irregular. You're too brash. I can't trust you with my job. Make a logical argument. Resilience has vast amounts of money and resources. All we have to fight against them is each other. True. But you're not the one taking the risk here. They'll just have to find another way, and the Port Authority offices are perched on an artificial island, built up from the mud dredge to create the harbor it overlooks. Since the catastrophic flood 5 years ago, Port Authority archives important documentation monthly. This decrepit-looking building is apparently state-of-the-art flood-proof. There's a door, and there is a guard. Old story. Really, the door and the guard are the same thing. I only need to open one. Luckily, I know the guard. Packaged snacks, boxes of pens, a small selection of baked goods made by his wife. Was destroyed in the flood 5 years ago. Anoush took odd jobs, pulled a rickshaw, somehow ended up here wearing crumpled khaki trousers. Kuili, I won't even ask why you're here. My life was too peaceful and easy. You're here to cause me trouble. And you love me for it. That's the thing about my sort of troublemaking. It's infectious. That doesn't mean it doesn't come without consequences. Sometimes I wonder if I should be a little more cautious, especially with those who have more to lose. Like his job. What if he loses it, turns to drink, beats his wife, or he could find a new vocation, a life that would have been out of reach if he grasped at it standing in this spot, wearing a khaki uniform. You never know. He lets me into the archive with a jingle of keys and a good-natured grumble. The archive is tall and dusty. Probably awaiting filing. Hey, let's go. Thankfully, they're labeled in neat handwriting. I run my fingers along the labels till I find a binder with the date range of the oil spill. Delicious whisper of cards and paper. There's a cut surgically made. Ah, there's a missing permit. Tanker permit was sliced out of this binder. Smells like a cover-up to me. To the right. Shelf just out of my reach. Top shelf first, then the lower ones. With kind of ominous intensity, or maybe I'm just a little dehydrated. Okay, time to go. Danu's straightens up when I emerge. I thank him. He nods and tips me a wink. It's a miracle no one spotted or challenged me. Best to get out of here before my luck runs out. But just as I'm about to leave, I turn back with a flash of insight. There's a mole on your neck. You should have it looked at. Reaches up to touch it automatically. All that. Been there for a few weeks. But if you think I should, I do. And soon, Okay, I will. You're turning into such an auntie, you know? How are we all feeling now that it's the end of the week? Please, open another packet of biscuits, will you? Fair. Done. You know who else we need to get on board with the trial? You don't mean no. Yes. Your best friend. Mana Kutan. Ugh. His NGO will have a lot of valuable information and we could really use their help. You'll have to deal with him carefully. I want to do Chatterbox. I'll talk a lot and see what comes up. Try not to make him hate us more than he already does. Met the families of some of the fishermen who died recently in the estuary. They blame Rashab's company. Okay. One of my uncles said that the dredging delayed opening of the new port. That's definitely something. There's definitely something fishy going on. Was that a joke? Please stop. Oh, it's today Friday? Okay. Okay, so we should give her this one since she can't do anything with hearts. Okay. Ugh. Can he not do anything? Okay, we'll do let's go. Okay, that works. Parashudi is a local NGO which has campaigned against the port expansion since it was announced. They have meticulous archives and a web of connections that could be invaluable to us. Unfortunately, it's run by their executive director, the Vulture-like Omanakutan. He hates me personally. Never fully understood why. Always suspected it's because he hates joy. Excuse you, boss? And I'm a personal manifestation of it. Then again, he did once call me hopelessly naive and wildly arrogant at the same time, which is almost admirably unusual. So, you know, maybe it's that. I find Omanakutan at a tea stall on the beach, smoking a beedi with a look of irritation on his vulture face. That's even before he sees me. I don't bother with small talk and launch directly into our plan. Saw the river burn with my own eyes. Very special. So did half of Muziri's. So much for giving the Periyar the legal right of personhood. Really effective strategy. You can use that. The river is now a person, right? So we could say that. The river isn't dead. It was murdered. Ba ba ba. We know who the murderer is, don't we? Resilience and their port expansion. The river's just the start. They're killing our city. I want to put Rashab Rai on trial for murder. Seriously? Another symbolic court case? Not if we win, and if we don't, murder trial like this will generate enormous publicity. We could use it as a vehicle to expose Resilience, prove the harms caused by the port expansion, turn public opinion against them. If we play our cards right, we could shut down the port expansion permanently. Players. Fact is have, but always counts as positive. I'm morally opposed to the very idea of boredom. Okay. Sometimes the claim you want to play doesn't connect to anything on the board yet. Find the right connecting cards. You can right-click on any claim to explore its known connections. Oh, that's helpful. Okay. What was that you said about me taking on the Rivers Rank case? Do you remember? I said it was a doomed attempt at upending the Indian regulatory framework driven by narcissism rather than good sense or judgment. I framed that quote. Really should not be allowed to speak to journalists, but just so you know, I framed that article and put it on my bathroom wall. Smugness doesn't suit you. Let an old man have his curmudgeonly thoughts. Still, you presented a half-decent case. Even I can admit that. Welcome back! Public anger about the oil spill presents the perfect opportunity to go after resilience and their port expansion. You can prove their complicity. Complicit? Or are you just assuming everything terrible that happens in Muziris is because of them? No. Okay, we can put it here. Oh, you know what we'll actually do? We do this. You're just actually a big sweetie under all that bluster, aren't you? How dare you? Okay, that's fine. And then we'll play this one, because it'll double the hearts. So, we're both now community guardians of the river. You've already gone mad with power, with this murder trial business. Power is what you make of it, and I intend to use it. Well, shit. Well, this week went quickly. Any updates before we break? The oil seeped from the harbor through the backwaters and into the river. Somewhere along the way it caught fire. Or maybe someone set the oil on fire. Who would do such a thing? Someone who wanted to cover up an oil spill? It would only work if it was a small spill, somewhere remote. Maybe they panicked or didn't realize the scale of what had happened? Burning the oil, polluting the atmosphere, causing more damage to the ecosystem and people's bodies after what they already did? Shintu, we don't know what really happened yet. No, I can't believe it's even a possibility. Can't live in a world that's so cruel and selfish, and someone burned the river to cover up a mistake, then they're evil. He's in crisis. Okay, that's fine. We have a weekend. Don't believe in evil. His voice goes suddenly small. His eyes unfocused. This work takes a toll, looking at the horror of the world directly. Act at the impunity of the powerful. Some people are evil. I don't know what to tell you. It's really not helping, Joy. Weekend. Okay, now time to assign him work for the weekend. Thank God it's the weekend. All right. Okay, you need that. Do you have any that's hearts and energy? Don't let me catch you working. Doesn't surprise me that the children running wild on the streets of Muziris are a little God-touched. Their city is their mother. We decide to put on a play about a world with no adults. They are particularly enthusiastic about this one. Borrow some clothes and pretend to be a child, fading into the background to that the devising mirrors the premise. My only intervention is to break up a small scuffle over the denouncement of Act 2. Everybody rest. Everybody need it. Oops. Alright, go forth. This is not looking good. The week begins. Need to convince the court that Rashad was responsible for the river burning. The oil spill is what we need to focus on, but we should also be thinking about the opposition's counter-arguments. Yes, they'll definitely try to shift the blame. We should be prepared. Okay. I think we're bad at our job, folks. No, we just need to build up our momentum. We have to make sure we deliver this argument. It's a good foundation for our case. But we also need to make more broad-ranging arguments to really make a difference. That's true. Last thing we want is resilience getting away with just paying some fines. We want to nail them for murder. Okay, I think we got more for this one. City sees. The heat and smoke are so thick in the air shimmers, but inside the horror is possibility. Okay. Protest encampment at the port is growing day by day. Students could use some supplies and support. We should also collect samples from the river and interview members of the community. But I don't want to talk to people today. When do you ever? I don't like how little we know about Kativai and her background. She's gaining followers. We should take her seriously. I agree. She really has you two running scared, huh? If you ever feel like you don't have anything useful to say, you could try taking a deep breath. That's nice. Okay. Always refreshes my mind and opens up possibilities. That's a helpful reminder, Shintu. Be sure to use it in the future. Why everything cost hearts? Okay, I'm gonna send her on that one. He's gonna interview the community. Let's try this one again. I feel like we were closest to getting that one. Text me if you need anything. Shabir looks like he hasn't slept. Sweaty and jittery. Oh, it's you. Back again. Trying to be my new best friend? His eyes fix on me, but his laugh sounds jerked out of him rather than genuine. I have a bad feeling in the pit of my stomach. What's the point of it all? Maybe the only truth that matters is found at the bottom of a bottle. Okay. Something tangled in your connection to the river. It's not something you can reject or deny. It'd be nice to see that happen. Yes, she's inside of you. I can sense it. The human body is mostly water, an easy vessel for river god to possess. Bro is going through it. Oh my god. Yes, we protect her and she protects us. That's the bargain. The people and gods and nature all work on the world itself. We make each other impossible to disentangle. All of us impossible to disentangle. Okay, this is good. We like the pluses. I need this one. There it is. Oh. I think the question for you, dear child, is, are you an instrument of revenge or an officer of the court? Or do you truly deeply believe that there is justice for people like us in this world? I don't have any more cards. It's no use. Well, we got back up to 8 trust at least. I'm usually alone when I have dark moments. I never want my daughters to see me. But it's better with someone else. Thank you for saying. Oop. You're welcome. Of course, we all have dark moments. These are dark times. You know, I blame the river god. I blame nature itself, but really, I do that because it's easier than naming the real cause of my brother's death. Easier than admitting I'm powerless against them. We got a card. I don't have anything else I can do right now. Think about my conversation with Shabira on my walk home and for days after. We're getting there. Left a message with me last night. The leader of the washerwoman's union. What does she want with us? She wouldn't say. She wanted Kuili to come see her in person as soon as possible. Could be a chance to build trust with her. Or it's a trap. And the washerwoman invited me to one of their union meetings. You? Why? I don't know. I think she might like me. On a human level? Lots of school children have fallen sick. What does that have to do with us? Maybe nothing. But we don't know until we look into it. I think we should do something actually useful and talk to the citizen journalist who wrote a blog about media bias. Does sound useful. Yeah, more useful than wading through adolescent vomit at least. Okay. Set up 6 different accounts. Now all we need is a content plan. Okay, that's good. Shintu looks hungover the next morning. Got lots of useful information, even though I feel like I've been pounded with a mallet. Port workers are grumbling openly about Rashab's rise management of the expansion project. Okay. Helpful. Okay, you're gonna go to that one. Okay, let's do that because we absolutely do need more cards. Text me if you need anything. World is never singular, but even my tendency to double vision is tripped by the tripled self of the baby moles, cold leaders of the Washerwomen's Union. Baby Mole Prime. Formidable community leader who has gone up against male-dominated union bosses and fought for the rights of some of the most marginalized women in the world. Middle-aged, with a sweet face scarred by a brutal attack by her mother-in-law just after she was married. Is long healed now, and she wears it with calm and steadiness. Scrawny creature with bright sunken eyes that keeps track of everything. Looks nervy and shy, almost hiding behind Baby Mole Prime's wheelchair. However, she's brilliant with a budget and has kept the Washerwomen's Union finances in good order for several years there, past, present, and future. I don't mean to create a hierarchy. They're more of a succession all at once. Child, adult, elder. A reminder of our slipping multiplied selves. We've met before, of course, but I've never been invited in. There's a particular kind of quiet in the mossy building where the Washerwomen's Union meets. The wind feels like it's pushing me towards the door, and a Brahmini kite swirls overhead, watchful guardian. You're here. Said you needed my help? Don't puff yourself up too grandly. I don't need you. We need a lawyer. Nobody else would come for free this time of night. Say nothing? Listening? She's entitled to my respect. It's not like this is tearing me away from my bustling social life. Walk through a beaded curtain. Baby Maltarius, Secondus, and Secondus are sitting on either side of a woman with her face battered, her hand pulling the palo of her sari tight around her body. Her eyes assess me. She expects nothing. All of that has long been hollowed out of her, but she is not in shock. Her eyes are clear. That quiet, I recognize it now. It's anger. As propulsive as a deep sea current. Tell her. At that, the story flows out of her. We own some land along the coast, nothing grand, passed down from my great-grandfather. Port expansion eroded away the coastline, the land itself falling away into the hungry maw of development and progress. From landowners to displaced. What a neutral term for losing your home and security, having to move your family to a refugee camp, relying on the mercy of the same state and corporation that stole that home from you. Okay. But despite this, they managed till the oil spill. The local government banned small boat finishing till the cleanup is done. Without a job, Jeetha's husband started drinking. 3 children to feed, Ajitha turned to sex work. There's no other work, and then school fees had to be paid. I had no choice. Jeetha flinches, and Baby Mole Prime fixes the youngest members of the trio with a glare that would dissolve bone. Perhaps when you've seen more of the world, you'll be less quick to pass judgment. I'd rather die. What a waste. Ajitha is a braver woman than you in that case. The atmosphere in the room thickens and curdles. Feel for Ajitha. A series of unexpected disasters compounded by a husband drinking away whatever savings or money they could scratch together. Her wrists are bare of gold, probably sold away bangle by bangle. 3 children needing love and time and attention and food and money. Ajitha kept her work a secret for some months, but her husband found out this evening and beat her. You're alive, that's the important thing. Remind me of that in a month's time. What cleanup operation will compensate her? As much a victim of the oil spill as the dead fish and toxified sand, wherein the impact assessments and budget calculations and spreadsheet columns that justify the port expansion is this woman's pain. It's invisible, and I... want to tear the world down with my teeth and rebuild it into a place which sees her, values her, and nourishes her. Okay. Baby Mole glances at me and hears what I haven't said, and her eyes say, Pain is not invisible here. In this room, between us, and for the moment, it's enough. So, lawyer, what do you think? You tell me what you need. I asked you, but still. Better to listen if you have nothing to contribute. Damn. Hey, we got some respect. I said, no one ever looks. Okay, that's rude, first off. I want to help in any way I can. Don't make offers before you know the terms. What we tell you cannot leave this room. As a lawyer, you could get in serious trouble for even knowing our plans. You can trust me. Baby Wells share a look and turn to Ajitha. After a long moment, she nods. The decision is made. I'm asking you again, will you swear to keep what you hear in this room a secret? I swear. I can't help regret my promise when Ajitha then stands up, grabs my hands, and tells me plainly, she killed him. Listen. My husband is dead. Do you think he would kill you? Jason's eyes flicker like a bird's wing. He said he'd bring his friends too before he strangled me and threw me in the river. Something just came over me. The river god rejecting an offering, choosing another, using Ajitha's hands? Did the god bring me here to this room with this woman? Am I supposed to help her, or am I inventing resonance where none exists to rationalize my foolishness? Any witnesses? Just her children. Damn it. Do the police know yet? No, we have people watching the house. The neighbors are used to loud domestic disturbances. Nothing unusual about tonight. I mean, I don't need to know this. See, there's an argument that she could turn herself in. But there was a chance he would have killed her. So I mean, there is some self-defense in there. And she's visibly, you know, injured. So ugh. But we could just stop it here. I feel like this is the right answer because eventually somebody's going to find the husband, right? And you can't go back and be like, oh gosh, I don't know. So crazy. Because somebody's going to say they heard the fighting at least. This is where we need a save. Can we save? Okay. How do I get back? I'll resume. Okay. She should turn herself in. Her children will corroborate her story. There are no other witnesses. We're not going to the police. Oh, god damn it. Healy, calm down. Oh, god damn it, all the hell. I'm gonna be disbarred. Feel myself on the precipice of a pullback. Take a few deep breaths. It's fine. Appa will come visit us all in prison, probably. I don't want to know if she regrets it. I'm her lawyer. I don't need to know this. We're gonna assume she does. I mean, he was trying to kill her. To be completely fair, right? She has a case. Okay, it's getting late. The problem is my nosiness is like outweighing not knowing. You regret it? Jatha stills, then tries to relax. Not something her body is used to doing. I loved him once, or I wanted to love him. To see him in my children's faces. I don't feel anything right now. It's been months since I felt anything. I'm just a body moving around the world. It's not an answer to my question exactly, but I'm sure there's a more truthful one. Okay, it's getting late. Let me state this matter plainly. My inner lawyer emerges in moments of stress. Useful in the courtroom, a bit stentorian in other circumstances, but what can you do? You want my help to cover up a murder? It's not really a cover-up if she's... You know? If he was gonna kill her. Do you really think it's justice for Ajitha to go to prison? Okay. All of these feel very narrow and I don't like it. Because yes, the law applies to everyone, but there's law that would help her in this situation. Because, like, this one is irrelevant to me because, okay, we could be having the same conversation, except she could be the one that died, right? So that... garbage. Not justice. But maybe she won't go to prison. I could introduce her to a criminal lawyer, a specialist, and they take her case without charge. There's no right thing to do here, only bad and worse. We made our decision. We're getting her and her children out of the city tonight. Okay, well, that's a choice. But if you're still willing to help us, take this note to Mercy. She organizes the sex workers at the migrant labor camp. We're taking it. We're helping this lady. Take a boat, then a rickshaw, to the floodplain where the migrant labor camp sprawls. Mercy lives near the Bhagavati statue. I wake her up, but once she reads the note, her irritation vanishes. I know some girls who can take her in. Out of state. Best you don't know where. Isn't legal what we're doing, but it's as close to justice as there is for her in this world. Not sure if I believe her. I'm not sure if I want to, but she says it as a truth, and I don't in that moment doubt her. Maybe that's enough. Hey, they like us though. We did it. Let's go. Good morning, everyone. We didn't commit a crime yesterday. We did not do that. No way, no way, no how. Ready for a new day? One of the washerwomen works in the house of an engineer in the harbor engineering department. Apparently, they're very frustrated with the management of this port. Okay, good. Found out so much useful stuff. Okay. Not only can we demonstrate persistent pro-resilience bias in the media, this also shows which journalists aren't compromised. That'll save some time for us. We know who to contact if we want coverage for the murder trial or the port blockade. Who to avoid. She also slipped me some hacked emails from the government officials complaining about the unfair tendering process for the port. Surprise, surprise, Resilient was not the best option, yet they mysteriously got the contract. Interesting. Okay, we're getting somewhere. We got some cards. Okay, what is this one? I don't know what that one is. Okay, I'm gonna send him. And I'll send her here. I really don't feel like we have enough to do these, but we'll give it a go. We don't have anything else to do. Text me if you need anything. We got a few more cards. Maybe that'll be something. Hello again, Manakutan. Has capitalism fallen? Are the billionaires in the world dead? No. Then why are you so cheerful today? Just delightful. Just delighted to see your grouchy face. Keep lying like that, your tongue will right out of your mouth. Fall? Oh, I don't think so. If that were true, would have happened a long time ago. Okay. Mystery oil tanker doesn't quite have the credibility to hit this home yet. Do I have a rhetoric card that could boost it further? Alright, he's opposed to boredom. Okay, well that one's at least close. Does it really? Who gave it away? The fact that it was on fire just recently? Oh, you noticed? Been buried in the archives and in paperwork so long, I wasn't sure if you noticed. Oh, Katan's mustache bristles threateningly. You didn't like that? I thought it was pretty good. And put this here. This is a good one for here. Okay. Guts on fire. We're really close on that one. Okay. Okay, this one should raise him up on that. Let's do this one because it doesn't lower anything. Okay. Save all of that nonsense for court. Does that even mean I speak for the river? Well, I speak for this biscuit and it's saying eat me. How's that? Deliver. Get Omanakatan excited. Omanakatan leans forward and drops his voice to a conspiratorial whisper. Conversation never happened. Then he winks at me. Tap my finger against my nose. What are you doing? Communicating that I understood your message. How confusing. Let's confine ourselves to verbal communication from now onwards. Now, I have a friend. A colleague. No, well, a friend. Both. She can get you into one of the tanneries upriver that discharges its effluent into the Periyar, so you can see the grotesque polluting process in person. A friend, huh? I don't like what you're implying. Also, it's quite backwards to assume that any man, any woman who have a passing acquaintance must be engaged in some sort of romantic relation. Quite right, I'm sorry. I didn't expect such heteronormativity from you of all people. The tannery owners would certainly stop you from going in. They knew who you were, so I suggest not telling them. Your friend is taking a risk. Yes, well, try and make it worth it. No fainting, puking, or crying. Aye, aye, Captain. Look, you can't observe the functioning of government bureaucracy for decades without developing a healthy appreciation of its absurdity. Sometimes life must burst out of structures unfit to contain it. And this is one of those times. Let's go. Okay. We'll put that here. Okay. Let's put this down. I think Rashad will try. We'll try and frame the river fire as arson, possibly arson by the opponents of the port. But that makes no sense. Monocaton glance is full of fond misery. Indeed, but their strategy will be to confuse matters and throw out conflicting possibilities. You should be prepared. I mean, I appreciate it. That help anything? No. Go up. We're so close on the blue one. An emotional claim, quite imprecise, but I bet you thought you'll work out the details later. It's a dream, an ambition. You have to imagine the future before you can make it real. But if all you do is imagine, nothing will change in reality. Okay. Oops. I didn't mean to put it there, no. Really, you can see the logic in what I'm saying. Damn it. Okay, guts effect. That's fair. I didn't think we would finish with him today. Feeling today is going to be a good day. Dunder Mifflin and Sabre? Okay, now you have me worried. Alright, what'd we learn? Great. Went to the Katavi's. Honestly, it was too scary. Oh my god, are you 12? River God could sense my bad intentions. I don't want to be cursed. Please don't say anything, Joy. But science, rationality. Sometimes you really remind me of my father. Okay, moving on swiftly. Not both of them being a failure. So many children, so much vomit. I didn't stay at the school long enough to ask any questions. Joey's phone pings, then mine, then Shintu's do, almost simultaneously. Thank you, Google Alerts. Rashad Rai is doing a press conference about the oil spill. Could be a good time to try and talk to him. Exploit his vulnerability. I like it. I just meant, we know where he'll be. Been pretty hard to track down. Brace the dark arts, Shintu. We're fighting a battle against a corporate behemoth. We aren't going to get anywhere by playing fair. Apparently he's engaged to the chairman's youngest daughter. Love makes you vulnerable. People eat their own. They're not capable of real love. Shintu opens his mouth. If you say rich people are human beings one more time, I swear I'll scream. Alright. Settle down, you two. We're here to fight the system, not each other. Cringe. Sorry, boss. Not your... Oh, never mind. I'll catch the ferry to the port right now. Okay, so that's what we're up to. Guess what, Buster? You're going back. And you are too. Unless we can figure out what this one is, we can't. But neither of you have enough for that, so... We're going here, and we're going off. Do you have a rhetorical strategy for confronting Rashab Rai? Try to connect with him. He's just a person after all. It's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Nobody climbs that high in the corporate ladder without their soul. He suggests hitting him hard and fast. Choice will determine your opening hand against Rashab. We're gonna go with his approach. Maybe he'll be grateful for a little genuine humanity? Sure, yeah. But it gets really lonely in that mansion of his being served hand and foot, swaddled in designer clothes. Probably does, you know. Okay. Free me! Okay, I freed myself, don't worry. We use strategies of my own I can use too. Objection, we love objection. Okay. Period dismissal, discard surrounding rhetoric, then text me if you need anything. Okay. She's nervous. I was giving a press conference about the fire. People are blaming the port expansion for the disaster. I wonder what narrative he's planning to spin. The only sign that Rashab is flustered by the cameras, reporters, and hurled accusation is a thin sheen of sweat on his hairline. Then again, that could just be the humidity. A few days ago, a segment of our beloved river was tragically engulfed in flame. Construction on the port expansion will be halted in solidarity with the people of Muziris. We must all focus on recovering from this terrible tragedy together. Not strategy. It might be a strategy. Okay. All of our resources will be diverted to cleanup and reconstruction. Resilience believes in the city. We are invested in good times and in the bad. Muziris and Resilience will be partners to the end. Excuse me. He smiles reassuringly and then the crowds begin to clap. My jaw clenches. Get this smarmy corporate fat cat out of my city if it's the last thing I do. Oh, that's it! No, I want to know more! Thank you all for playing All Will Rise. This game is a tribute to all the lawyers, activists, and climate defenders who are fighting for a better future for all of us. We believe this is a game that needs to be made right now in this moment, and we are going to make this game. Need your help to make it as badass as it can be. Your support on Kickstarter will give us resources to add even more weird and compelling characters to the game, more breathtaking environments, and even deeper and wilder stories. Commission more music, and much more. Okay. Do you daydream about revenge on billionaires destroying our future? Then we need your help. Alright. So if y'all are interested, wishlist on Steam. And I think it just went through the chat, but we'll do it again. You can also support on their Kickstarter. Links are in the chat. Links are in the description on YouTube as well. Anyway, thank y'all so much for watching. We will end here for today. I had fun. I hope you enjoyed. And I will see y'all back here tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Honestly, I don't know what me and Dustin are playing tomorrow, so we'll figure that out tonight or tomorrow morning. And I'll schedule everything. So, Thank you again, and I will see y'all back here tomorrow. Bye, gang. Love y'all.